Hey guys, let's discuss current affairs. The first question today is about the World Economic Forum's recent annual meeting that took place in Davos. See, the World Economic Forum is a not-for-profit organization. It's a lobbying organization. This is where, in January every year in a place called Davos, DAVOS. Is it mentioned? Yes, it's mentioned here. Davos. Um, you know, uh, People, about 3,000 delegates from all over the world come down. They sit, thrash out ideas, but none of these ideas are, of course, binding on the governments. Around the world. But who are these people who come down? Politicians, CEOs. We have thought leaders, ideologues, environmental activists, all kinds of activists actually. So they all come down, discuss things. Now, this World Economic Forum was started in 1971 by a man called Klaus Schwab. Klaus Schwab. Now, Klaus Schwab was an academic. He's a professor, of course. He started this, as a discussion forum for the world's greatest thinkers. Initially, professors from, researchers would come down, thrash out ideas. But, of late, of course, you can see that out of 3,000 delegates now, about 180 delegates are academicians. The rest are all business CEOs, we have, politicians and all that sort. Okay. So this is where you would know, this is the year that World Economic Forum was started, and this is a guy who started it. He's still around. He's the chairman of this. And the global head office of this place is Colony, which is near Geneva, okay, in Switzerland. In Switzerland. Now, Indian delegate was led by Ashwini Vaishnav. As you know, he heads three important ministries, one of which is railways. Well, I guess that's about it. The choices here would tell you that Nirmala Sitharaman, as you know, is Union Minister of Finance, and of course, she also heads the Corporate Affairs Ministry. Now, coming to Jagat Prakash Nadda, he heads two important ministries. One is Health and Family Welfare. The second is Chemicals and Fertilizers. So he heads two important ministries in the NDA government, at the NDA coalition at the center. The ministries of Chemicals and Fertilizers and Health and Family Welfare. H.D. Kumaraswamy is a coalition partner. H.D. Kumaraswamy is a former Chief Minister of Karnataka. He heads two ministries, the Ministry of Steel and the Ministry of Heavy Industries. To repeat, heavy industries and steel. Nitin Gadkari, as you know, is the Minister of MORTH. It's called the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, MORTH. Okay. So that's a bit about this particular question. There are some questions which are like, here we discuss some basic details, but most of these things are like, most questions are touch and go kind of thing. The World Bank's latest Global Economic Prospects report talks of India's growth rates, just like it talks of global growth rates and of course growth rates for different economies in the world. Now, as far as India is concerned, it says that over the next two financial years, our growth is likely to be around 6.7%. But as I always say, these are all conjectures, guesstimates. These numbers could change any time. These numbers are subject to a lot of conditions, like you have global economic stability, supply chain issues, wars. Like currently there are two major wars happening. One in between Russia and Ukraine, the other between Israel and its adversaries like Hamas. So apart from this, of course, as I mentioned, supply chain issues like energy supply, oil and gas supply. Then there is political stability at home. There is climate change issues. So plenty of things, make up the variables that would define whether we achieve this growth or go beyond this. Okay. The World Bank's chief economist is a guy called Indermeet Gill. He was born in India, had most of his education in India, but of course he is an American citizen today. American citizen. So, from here we could look at the next one of this is again this is a touch and go question. This which agency or institution has announced the launch of the Internet Governance Internship and Capacity Building Scheme? NICLAO, ladies and gentlemen. NICLAO is the what is it? National Internet Exchange of India. Let me repeat: National Internet Exchange of India. Okay, this is a new body. This organization has started this, and this is where it kind of would guide, train all stakeholders in the internet governance processes, choosing domain names, how to go about protection and all that stuff. Now, the Bombay Stock Exchange is Asia's oldest stock exchange. It was started in 1875. This year is the 150th anniversary of the Bombay Stock Exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bombay Stock Exchange is, headed by Sundar Raman Ramamurthy. Sundar Raman Ramamurthy. Okay. National Stock Exchange, NSE. National Stock Exchange, as you would understand, is in Mumbai. India's biggest stock exchange by turnover. This National Stock Exchange was started in 1993. Yeah, I guess, 1993. And it is headed by Ashish Kumar Chauhan. I guess, Ashish Kumar Chauhan. Okay. FICCI, the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Let me repeat, Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. This is India's oldest, business organization when you're talking about lobbying organizations, policy guidance organizations. This was started in 1928. So, when I say oldest, I should give you the year now. So, FICCI is headed by Harshvardhan Agarwal. Harshvardhan Agarwal, he is he's a top executive at Imami Group. He's the CEO of Imami Group. Harshvardhan Agarwal. Okay. So, coming to the last one, CII, Confederation of Indian Industry. The Confederation of Indian Industry, my friends, is again a lobbying organization, a policy guidance organization for the Government of India and the industry of goods. This is headed by Sanjeev Puri. Sanjeev Puri, P-U-R-I. Sanjeev Puri is a CEO of ITC. He's the CEO of ITC. Okay. Gyanendra Pratap Singh is the new Director General of the Central Reserve Police Force, CRPF. What about the choices? National Security Guard is is headed by Brigu Srinivasan. Brigu Srinivasan. Okay. CISF, Rajvinder Singh Bhatti. Rajvinder Singh Bhatti. Indo-Tibetan Police Force is headed by Rahul Rasgotra. Rahul Rasgotra. The Indian Coast Guard, Paramesh Shivamani. Paramesh Shivamani. Okay. Paramesh Shivamani. So, there we go. Navies of 9 Indo-Pacific countries, including India, are taking part in a naval exercise called La Perouse 2025. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is being held. It's a French, led exercise. This is being held at the Malacca Straits. What is it? Malacca Strait. Now, Malacca Strait, I think there is a map somewhere here where I will show you Malacca Strait. Kindly be patient for that. Yeah. So, Malacca Strait, there is Sunda Strait, Lombok area. I'll come to that. Now, the choices all of these are, among these countries here. Then you could add Australia to this, India. Sorry, my guys. Australia, India, United States, Singapore. Is it? Singapore. So, So 5 plus 4, 9. Fair guys? That should do, my friends. I'll come to this. Now, what is the basic objective of this military exercise? I took this from the page of this particular exercise, French Navy exercise. Strengthening maritime safety. Now, why maritime safety? I'll come to this when I'll show you a particular map, the Malacca Strait map, that will tell you about a lot about maritime safety. Why that particular area? And of course, development of interoperability. Why do we need interoperability? Because there is a common fear of China. If China is on one side, these countries are on the other side, my friends. So the kind of coordination between the naval forces here could spell success or failure in critical situations. Okay. Who has authored the book How India Scaled Mount G20? G is group of 20 nations. Now it's 21, of course. That 21st would be African Union, which comprises 55 African countries. Now, Amitabh Kant is the author. He is the G20 Sherpa of India. He is India's G20 Sherpa. He is a guide, basically. He is a guide. Even now, he is a guide, G20. Okay. Mohan Vinay Quatra is the chairperson. He is the Indian ambassador to the US. Pradeep Kumar Rawat, I think he is Indian ambassador to China. Okay. That's a bit about these guys. Now, the G20 recently was held in Brazil. Was it? It was held in Brazil. 2025, it was held in Brazil. Sorry, 2024. See, this is, of course, the Indian Ocean region. Yeah, with which nation has India agreed to explore joint effort to explore opportunities for coordinated surveillance in the Indian Ocean region? That would be France. So I want you to become familiar with one particular point here. I'll use red because these are all a very different kind of background. Okay, these are countries. These are, you see this here, Mauritius, Reunion Islands. Reunion Islands, my friends, plus Amsterdam Islands, St. Paul Islands, these are all owned by France. So France has a large, what we call exclusive economic zone in this region here. Now, let me bring to you what I mentioned a while ago. Okay, Sund, Malacca Strait. This is the Malacca Strait. You see here, this is the Malacca Strait, this region. Okay, Malacca. Let me write it here, Malacca. Malacca, my friends, is the name of the strait, S-T-R-A-I-T. What is a strait? A strait is a narrow channel of water that separates two land bodies and connects two water bodies. If you look at between India and Sri Lanka, there is this narrow stretch here. This narrow stretch, connects the Bay of Bengal with the Indian Ocean, but separates India from Sri Lanka. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this one here is where a lot of trade goes around. Nearly 50% of China's trade moves around this year, 40%. Africa, Europe, Gulf, India, yeah, elsewhere. You got this basically? This is how it is. So, there is this worry that, Africa, China has that in case of a conflict tomorrow, and the boot at the tip here of this Malaysian peninsula, there is this, you see this yellow here thing here? This is Singapore. So, there is a huge American naval base in Singapore, and Singapore is anti-China. They don't say it as much, but let's understand it that way. In case tomorrow there is a conflict that breaks, or there is a conflict that breaks out between China and the rest of the world, or China and the US, this strait could be blocked, and hence it could lead to, disruption, supply chain disruption in China's trade. So, to that extent, what the Chinese are doing is they are building ports around basically. See, there is a port here called Gwadar, yeah, and there is a port here called Sitwe, okay, Chittagong here in Bangladesh. So, goods, let's say this route, whatever the route they take from here, yeah, Africa, whatever route basically, Africa here, then some here, By land, they will they may take things here like this. You understand this? So they are trying to. There is this Chinese port here, the American port, it's a Sri Lankan port, Hanban Tota. So there are a lot of things that we can understand here. This is my favorite subject, international affairs, but I'll just stick to some basic stuff here. Okay. So, but a map can help you learn a lot of good things, my friends. This is Madagascar. Madagascar was once the southernmost point of India. It was attached to India about 11 crore years back, but then the earth, spun around, and this particular part went, this is a plate. So it kept up going up. These guys remained where they are. I think they are happy to remain where they are, or maybe they are not so happy after all. Yeah, this is one of the poorest countries in the world. Madagascar is home to the largest, I think, natural vanilla production. Okay. The map is such a fascinating thing, isn't it? I don't know whether you agree with me, but I love maps. So, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has been sworn in as the 47th president. He was also the 45th president. 45th, he was between 2000, let me finish this, 2017 and 2021. Okay. Fair? So, this term, then Joe Biden came in. Joe Biden was the 46th president, 2021 to 2025, and now Trump would be around till 2029. He's not going anywhere. Yeah. So that's a bit about this. And he is vice president. He is vice president. He is also the vice president of the United States. He is J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance. This is the name of the U.S. vice president. The US President Donald Trump has signed an executive order withdrawing US from the World Health Organization, because he says the World Health Organization has become more or less a Chinese body. Well, of course, what happened in the wake of the COVID pandemic would tell you a story about Chinese influence here, because the World Health Organization refused to condemn China for withholding information and all. So, any which way, World Health Organization, ladies and gentlemen, this is let's stick to some basic stuff today. World Health Organization is headquartered in Geneva. It's headquartered in Geneva. So is the World Trade Organization. Okay. The World Bank and the IMF. The World Bank of IMF are headquartered in Washington, DC. Washington, DC is Washington District of Columbia. Coming to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, it's headquartered in Brussels. Brussels, as you know, is the capital of Belgium. Okay. So, let me clear this. Who won the International Tennis Federation's World Champion Awards for 2024? Jannik Sinner, the Italian world number 1, in Iga Swiatek from Poland. She's from Poland. Okay. She's from Poland, and Sinner is from Italy. For your information, I also put the names of the men's winners, Marcelo and Mate Pavic. Marcelo Aravillo and Mate Pavic. Of what? Yeah, 2 separate countries. Marcelo comes from El Salvador, a Central American country, and Mate Pavic is a European. He's from a European country called Croatia. But Sara Errani and Jasmine Paolini are both from Italy, and they have been adjudged women's doubles world champions based on their performance in 2024. So all these basically, they have been given this honor primarily because of their performance in the year that went by. As per the global data, which Indian Bank has been ranked among the top 25, global banks by market capitalization. Now, what's market capitalization? Market capitalization can come through a simple formula. The simple formula is, sorry. So, the simple formula is number of issued shares, number of issued shares Some people have a different methodology. Number of issued shares multiplied by market price of each share. Each share. So, if a company has issued 1 lakh shares and the market price of each share is 50 rupees, they you would find the market value to be 1 lakh into 1 lakh into 50 rupees is 50 lakh rupees. So, that is a market value of all the shares of the company, correct. Now, that way logic, my friends, goes as far as Indian banks are concerned. The biggest Indian bank is HDFC Bank. Okay, top 3 basically have been chosen, but HDFC Bank, oh, what happened? HDFC Bank has a total market capitalization of 12.9 lakh crore rupees. So, one share of HDFC, the price of each share of HDFC Bank into the number of shares issued. So, 12.9 lakh crore. SBI 6.8, ICICI Bank 9.5. The thing here is this, they sound very big, all these things, and remember these are values of 30th January 2025. This is today is 31st January. Okay, this is being recorded on 31st January. So, these values are of as of yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday, and at the end of the day this was the market value. 12.9 lakh is the market cap of all the shares of HDFC Bank. Now, thing here is, now they may all sound very big basically, but when we look at the value of the world's the market cap of the world's most valuable bank, you would find that it is JP Morgan. JP Morgan, you must have heard of this bank. Yeah, JP Morgan. And JP Morgan, my friends, has a market value of $383 billion. Okay, that's a lot of money. See, here it's about $2 billion. Yeah, $20 billion here. Here is 20, that is 383. So, that's a lot of money, my friends, lot of difference. But you also have to budget for the fact that ours are, smaller banks, but as far as the private banks are concerned, HDFC is the largest bank, second largest bank is ICICI Bank, but overall in India, the biggest bank is State Bank of India. State Bank of India. Where? Let's go to the next one. Which Indian short film has earned a nomination for the best? Now, nomination is basically where they normally pick 5, earlier it used to be 5, and even for major categories, even today for major categories it's 5. So, there is a list of names from across the world, that's a long list actually, and of that about 12 are chosen for this kind of categories. It is 12 category, 12 to 15 depending on the category of goods. But our film, an Indian film called Anuja, has been shortlisted for the short film live action at the 97th Academy Awards, basically Oscar Awards. Okay, and it is directed by, all you have to know is, you have to know that it's directed by Adam Graves. Adam Graves. That's about it. It's a story of a 9-year-old girl who works with a sister in a garment company, and she is given a choice that she could study at a school. Her sister is not. So, now she has to make a decision as to what to do. So, we don't know the story where it goes, and I don't want to pay spoiler. Dash has become the first Southeast Asian nation to legalize same-sex marriage, that is between 2 men or 2 women, same sex. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a map I was talking about Singapore. This is at the tip of the peninsula. This is a strait, Malacca Strait. This is the Malacca Strait. Yeah. Now, Thailand has become the first Southeast Asian country to, legalize same-sex marriage here. This yellow thing is Thailand, my friends. It's a country, it's a predominantly Buddhist country, and historically it has never been occupied by a European power. Now, you wonder, Was it because it was very powerful? Not really. See, the British were here till Burma. Okay, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam was in the past called Indochina. What is it called? Indochina. The region till the 1960s was called Indochina. Remember, Laos, Cambodia and Vietnam together make Indochina. The ladies and gentlemen, this was ruled by France, So the French and the Brits were fighting everywhere in the world. They were fighting in America, North America. They were fighting in what is the place? Europe. They were fighting in Africa, and they were fighting in India as well. But the thing here is that they came to an understanding here that look, we have been fighting on all continents. Why don't we just be happy with what we have here and not come face to face? So what they did was they used Thailand as a no man's land, And ladies and gentlemen, that's the reason why Thailand was the beneficiary of the intercontinental rivalry of two European powers, Britain and France. Okay, so Thailand, my friends, is a predominantly Buddhist country, as I mentioned earlier, and you should know that this country is ruled by, it's a constitutional monarchy. It's ruled by a man called Rama the 10th. Rama the 10th. Because these guys, his official name is Rama the 10th, but his popular name is Maha Vajira Longkorn. Longkorn, Korn. Okay. Mahavajira Longkorn. Ladies and gentlemen, what you need to know is that while this is the name, his given name, this is the official name, Rama the 10th. Because these guys believe, the kings of the monarchy in Thailand believes that they are the descendants of the Raghuvamsa dynasty of Ayodhya. That they are the avatars of Vishnu and Shiva, Vishnu especially. Yeah. So the dynasty's name is Chakri, Chakri, Chakri. You can learn a lot of good things, but one thing you should know before you go to Thailand is that you should never ever criticize the king there. You should never criticize a monarchy. The moment someone finds you criticizing monarchy, you'll be put in jail, and a minimum of 5 years sentence is given to those who criticize the monarchy. Okay. So this is Cambodia. This is where in 1970, between 1975 and 79, there was a terrorist group called, communist terrorist group called Khmer Rouge. Khmer Rouge. Maybe in the next class, in the first 5-10 minutes, I'll tell you the story of these guys. That what they did in 4 years in this country that led to the deaths of about 30 lakh people. Yeah. Currently, the Prime Minister is Hun Manit. That's the name, Hun Manit. He was preceded by his father, Hun Sen, S-E-N, Hun Sen, who ruled Cambodia from 1983 till last year. Yeah, dictator. A lot of things, my friends, weird things. We are safe in our country, my friends, but in all these kinds of countries, see, these are all Buddhist countries. Burma, okay, Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam are predominantly Buddhist countries. Okay. What is it? National Girl Child Day is celebrated on 24th January, yes. And the theme for this year is Empowering Girls for a Bright Future. Ladies and gentlemen, the International Girl Child Day is observed on 11th October. 11th October is the International Girl Child Day. Okay. Again, not much to discuss here. India has recently joined Eurodrone as an observer. Which nation's initiative is Eurodrone? See, this is a Eurodrone. Okay. This is the full form of the actual name of the European Medium Altitude Long Endurance Remotely Piloted Aircraft System. Okay, sounds weird, nah? Or Eurodrone in short. So it's being developed by 3 companies: Dassault, Leonardo, and Airbus. Okay, and these are the 4 countries involved in this. India has joined as an observer. So this is something that we should all be familiar with. Which of the following has secured a place in the 2025 World Monuments Watch List? Bhuj is in Gujarat, of course. It's historical water systems, and Hyderabad's Musi River historic buildings. I am from Hyderabad. There are a lot of rivers around Musi, my friends. Okay, the Musi as such does not exist. Ahom is Assam. This is where they have a lot of these burial mounds. Okay. Which Indian state has recently launched its first fully integrated disaster warning system named Govtjobs? It's Kerala. It is Kerala. And what is this about? The Govtjobs is an advanced disaster warning system that integrates alerts, sirens, and global weather models to improve the state's early disaster preparedness and public safety. That's a purpose, the major purpose of any disaster management system is public safety, and that can be ensured by early disaster preparedness. Okay. According to Brand Finance's 2025 global research, which is the world's most valuable company, world's most valuable brand, Apple. Now, I took this, you see this here, I have put it here. This is Apple. What was the market value? What is the brand value? 574.5, take $575 billion. Yeah, it's gone up in the last 1 year by 11%. Microsoft, yeah, up by 35%. So almost all of the top basically brands have gone up basically. Yeah, just to tell you the CEOs of these companies, I will not go beyond this, my friends. Only CEOs. Tim Cook, Satyanarayana Nadella, Microsoft CEO. Google, Sundar Rajan Pichai. Amazon, Andy Jassy, Jassy. Walmart, Doug Macmillan. You can say Doug also, no harm. Okay, yeah. Doug Macmillan. Huge brands, my friends, huge. India celebrated, by the way, in that particular list, India's highest ranked brand is Tata Group. Tata Group is India's highest rank. It's ranked, I think, 60 with a market cap, with a brand value of $30 billion. So, India's highest ranked business entity in this global brand finance list is Tata Group, rank 60. The other companies in this list would be, you would have HDFC Bank, Reliance Industries, and LIC, 4 others. HDFC Bank, Infosys, Reliance Industries, what is it? I think I mentioned all actually. HDFC Bank, Reliance Industries, LIC, I think, Infosys. So, the idea here is that you become familiar with the names. You don't have to remember the rankings, but the world's most valuable brand, Apple. India's most valuable brand, Tata Group. India celebrated Parakram Divas on Dash to honor Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's 120th anniversary, January 23rd. So, he was born in 1893. 1893. Subhash Bose was born in 1893. And he passed away. See, there is no particular date, but the cutoff date usually is seen as the day his plane crashed. Okay, that would be, ladies and gentlemen, 18th August 1945. 18th August 1945. Now, again, as I told you, there is no unanimity as to when he passed away. Okay, Netaji, as he was called, had been to Taiwan, was going to Japan. En route he was going to, the plane was to land at Taiwan, but it's believed that the plane crashed there. Now, beyond this, there is pretty little hazy information, and his death and the circumstances surrounding his death have been the subject matter of 13 government commissions. the highest number of commissions for any in particular incident in Indian history. 13 government commissions. Okay. From there, you could go to the next one. Oh, thank you for being here, my friends. That's all from me, Bharat C. Jain. Have a lot of fun. Stay curious.